Next example of the codominance. Next example of the codominance is a plant which is a lentil plant. This lent plant is called lentil. Its botanical name is Lens cumularins. Lens cumularins. Sorry, Lens cumularins. No. Wait. That is another species. Lens cumularins is another species. Lens culinaris. Lens culinaris is a plant which is major legume plant which is seen in North America. This is a legume crop, you know. Legume crop. Legumes means like Arachis hypoxia, bean, soya bean, like that. Sweet peas, these are belonging to legumes. Leguminaceae family. Okay? That is a legume which is belonging to a pulses. Hello? Class lo unnana? Tarvata chestam. Okay? This Lens cumularins, sorry, not cumularins. Cumularins is another species. Lens culinaris. Lens culinaris is a lentil which is belonging to legume family, which is a type of pulse which is grown in North America. Here it is also showing codominance. There are two varieties. One variety with a plant that shows big irregular patches on seeds. Irregular patches on seeds is one variety. Then second one is small dots on the seed surface. Several small dots. Which are circular dots on seed. See here, there are two varieties of this lens culinaris. One variety will produce a seeds which have big irregular patches on the seed surface, and the second variety is producing seeds which have small dots in large number, several small dots on its surface. So they collected both, and a cross between two varieties was conducted. Okay, when the cross was conducted between two varieties, take example. Suppose this character we write as S, CS. This is CS, which is homozygous condition. Suppose this character we can mention as C0. So what they did, CS. Both alleles are homozygous, which are dominant. Suppose this we can consider as recessive, C0. When cross was made what will happen? All F1 will have CS C0. See here, what is this? CS means irregular patches are present on seed. Here these have small dots in several numbers. Two plants, two pure lines are true breeding. True breeding means dominant for all characters. So these are taken, this is one dominant character that is taken, another character which is recessive small dot is taken. But in F1, CS, one allele will come from one parent, another allele will come from another parent. It has irregular patches and small dots. Both are present when F1 is taken, when F1 is produced. See here, F1 plants are then selfed. Upon selfing, what will happen? There is formation of 4 offsprings. This will produce CS, 1 gamete, C0, 1 gamete. This will produce CS, 1 gamete, C0, 1 gamete. Here, CS will form. CS. This one, CS, C0. This one, CS, C0. Here, C0 will form. Now the produced offsprings again, they show patches. This one, patches and dots, both. This one, patches and dots. This one, only dots. When the plants with seeds with irregular patches is crossed with plants that are producing with small dots on seeds. This is one seed property, this is one seed property. So when these two plants are crossed in F1, the progeny will get 2 characters from 2 parents. This character is taken from this parent, this character is taken from the parent. Both characters are expressed in F1. Okay? But when these F1 hybrids what are produced here, when they are selfed, again the characters are segregated in 1:2:1 ratio. See here, the characters again segregated. Again, dominant, parent combination 1 is formed, F1 progeny are formed 2, and recessive parent is formed 1. So that codominance is again showing 1:2:1. So for the codominance in F2 generation, what is the genotype ratio? 1:2:1. Phenotype ratio 1:2:1. Same. 1:2:1. Okay, that is one. That is. So the genotypic ratios, they are distinguished from the homozygous. Heterozygous are separated from the homozygous condition. Here test cross is not needed. Test cross is not needed. Normally heterozygous means normally it will show dominant. To find that heterozygous we do test cross. But for codominance, test cross will give, normal F2 cross itself. It is giving heterozygous a different morphological character. Phenotypic property of heterozygous condition is showing difference, so that there is no test class. For codominance, it is easy to differentiate between homozygous and heterozygous condition. Homozygous condition is showing original character. Heterozygous condition is showing both characters. Okay. This is about an example of this codon. Enough, I think. This is enough. After this, write 2 points. After that, write 2 points. A cross between pure breeding spotted lentils. Spotted means which have patches. First one, spotted lentils, and pure breeding dotted lentils produce heterozygous which are both spotted and dotted. Next point, they show phenotype of both parents. They show phenotype of both parents, which means neither spotted nor dotted, neither spotted nor dotted allele is dominant or recessive. To the other. And called codominant. Next, self-pollination of F1. Produces F2. Self-pollination of F1 produces F2 in the ratio of in the ratio of one spotted is to one spotted and dotted one spotted is to two spotted and dotted is to one dotted. One spotted is to two spotted and dotted is to one dotted. Okay, so that you can understand. See here, write it D, then you can easily understand. I wrote O, 0, not 0. If you write D, then you can understand. C, seed. S means spotted, D means dotted. CD, CS. CD, CS. CS means spotted seeds. CD means dotted seeds. Okay, that is about codominance. So codominance means when two parents are crossed, both the characters, one from one parent and another from another parent, are taken into progeny. That is what we are calling codominance. Here, neither dominant nor recessive allele is present to one another. Dominant allele is not dominant on recessive. Recessive allele is not recessive to the dominant. Like that we can say. Both alleles are neither dominant nor recessive to one another. They are codominant in each other. That means both combinedly expressing character. Okay. Then next one is pleiotropy. Pleiotropy. What is pleiotropy means? Normally we know one gene can control one character. Regularly or generally, one gene controls one character. That means a gene which is responsible for tallness is controlling tall character. It may have the two alleles, dominant allele or recessive allele. You may think this is a tall character, this is a dwarf character, like that you may think. But what are alleles? Allele. Alternating form of one gene is called allele. One gene has two alternative forms, one dominant form, one recessive form. One gene has two alternative forms. That two alternative forms of one gene are considered as alleles, you know. So whether it is tall or dwarf, both are corresponding one gene only. Usually one gene may control one phenotype, one character or one phenotype. But sometimes one gene can control or regulate more than one character. Sometimes one gene can control more than one character, more than one phenotype. More than one phenotype is controlled by one gene. Such genes are called pleiotropic genes. genes which are controlling more than one phenotype. This is one phenotype. Tallness is one phenotype. Dwarfness is recessive form of same phenotype. Both tall, dwarf are belonging to what? Tallness of stem, which is we can call stem height. Stem height is controlled. That is what we say. One gene is controlling one phenotype. But if one gene is controlling more than one phenotype, that genes are called as pleiotropic genes. Okay? And the pleiotropic gene is controlling a trait or character. And that trait which is controlled by gene is called pleiotropic trait. Pleiotropic traits. Pleiotropic traits means different phenotypes which are controlled by one character. Okay? Here, what is the basis? What is the basis for controlling, one gene which is controlling more than one character means, here this is interrelationship between metabolic activities. This pleiotropic traits. Pleiotropic traits means different phenotypes expressed by one gene are due to interrelationships. One gene is related to normally one character, but that is due to interrelationship between metabolic activities. If one gene is related to one metabolic activity, its phenotype will be expressed. If it is related to another metabolic activity, then it will express another phenotype also. One metabolic activity is expressing one phenotype. Another metabolic activity is expressing another phenotype. But a pleiotropic gene is influencing both metabolic activities, means then both phenotype characters will be shown. Okay? Here, this results in different phenotypes. Suppose here, one gene is responsible to control one metabolism. This metabolism will give one phenotype. Suppose another metabolism is there, that another metabolism gives another phenotype. If this gene is interrelated to this metabolic activity also, if the gene is related to that metabolic activity, then it is called what? Both phenotypes will be expressed. Okay? That is what we are saying this one. Okay? This is also called as, this is what? Due to that interrelationship, this is also called as interallelic or intragenic interaction. It is also called intragenic. Intragenic means within the gene there are some interactions, or interallelic, between different alleles there are interactions taking place. So pleiotropic can also called as intragenic interactions or interallelic interactions. Interallelic, two, alleles of different traits. Suppose here tallness has the two alleles, dominant allele, recessive allele. And suppose another one, this is height of the stem. Suppose another character, which may be this is height means, suppose we can take branches, terminal or axial. more branches, less branches, like that. Another character is there. See here, this gene, one gene is related to this metabolic activity and it is related to that metabolic activity. I told you. Where interrelationships between metabolic activities. This phenotype is due to one metabolic activity, this phenotype is due to one metabolic activity. But one gene is controlling both metabolic activities. One gene, a single gene is controlling both metabolic activities means one gene, single gene. So it is called as intragenic. Within gene, relationship interactions are taking place. Or interallelic interaction. See, these are different alleles, these are different alleles. Between two different alleles, there are interactions and the expression of phenotype. That's why. Best example, starch synthesis in pea seeds. In pea plant, seed is produced, right? Due to that gene expression which is responsible for starch synthesis, rate of photosynthesis and rate of preparation of starch is controlled by a gene. The gene which is responsible for starch synthesis will show more than one phenotype. Okay? You copy this, then I will explain that cross. Complete? Second point, which one? This one or this one? Intragenic. Intragenic means one gene is interacting with two phenotypes. That's why intragenic. Interallelic. These alleles are different, these alleles are different. So that is called as interallelic. Intragenic interaction means one gene is interacting with two metabolic activities. That is intragenic. Interallelic. These alleles are responsible for one character, that allele is responsible for another character. That is interallelic. Okay? That's the point. If you take an example, then you can understand. A cross between a plant. Suppose starch synthesis, I told now, starch synthesis is responsible for the production by a gene called as a B. A gene B which is responsible for starch production. Starch grain synthesis is there, that is responsible, which is carried. Suppose it has a dominant character, dominant allele and recessive alleles. Now, on this hybridization, what will happen in F1? There is production of capital B, small b. Here, why I took this one? See here, gene B is responsible for starch synthesis, I told you. The synthesis of starch which affects shape of seed. Shape of seed. See here, BB which synthesizes large starch grain and round seed. Large starch grain and round seed. and BB is one which is producing small starch grain, but it has wrinkled seed. Wrinkled seed. When a cross is made between these two, in F1 there is production of heterozygote. This is what F1. F1 are selfed again. When F1 are selfed, capital B small b versus capital B small b. Now the gametes formed here. What are the gametes? Capital B, one gamete, small b, one gamete. And this F1 is producing capital B, one gamete, small b, one gamete. See now how the result will come. See here, both dominant will get capital B, capital B. Here capital B, small b, capital B, small b, small b, small b. Here large starch grain, round seed. Large starch grain is produced by capital B, and seed is round shaped. Okay? Here, which is intermediate starch grain, some space I need, and it has round seed. Intermediate starch grain and round seed. Here this also intermediate starch grain and it has round seed. This has small starch grain and wrinkle seed. See here. Here what is it? F1. F1 is heterozygous, which is made from true breeding. Large starch grain, round shaped seeds are produced when both alleles are dominant. When both alleles are recessive, then small starch grain, wrinkled seed is produced. Okay? Is the voice clear now? Tell me. I got a call.
Yeah.
Hey, Sanjay Ratnam. Wow. See here, large starch grain, round seed is there. Here, small starch grain, wrinkled seed is there. This is a single gene. Yes or no? This is single gene, one gene. So on crossing between true breeding varieties with two characters, there is production of one F1 which is heterozygous. This heterozygous has intermediate starch grain but round shape. But here when F1 are selfed in F2, see here, large starch grain round shaped seed is produced 1. Intermediate starch grain but round shape is produced 2. Small starch grain wrinkled seed is produced 1. 1:2:1 is produced. Genotype ratio is 1. Phenotype ratio is also 1. But we may think 1:2:1 here, no expression like that. We may think it is similar to incomplete dominance. Yes or no? It is similar to incomplete dominance. But here there is control of 2 characters. Similar to incomplete dominance, but there is control of 2 characters. What are the 2 characters? Large starch grain is produced. Here intermediate starch grain, small starch grain. So see, I mean starch synthesis means 1:2:1 we can say. Yes or no? But corresponding to seed shape, round, wrinkle, 3:1. That's why we can't say it is fully incomplete dominance. Alleles are showing incomplete dominance, but 2 characters are controlled by single gene. 1 gene is controlling. See here, one person asked me, explain second point of that incomplete, this pleiotropy like that. Explain second point. You asked to explain. See here, I told you this pleiotropy is seed. Yeah, in F1 large starch grain and wrinkled seed is not possible. No. Wait, I will explain that also. Here you asked me explain pleiotropy. What is pleiotropy? I told you it is due to interaction or interrelationships between metabolic activities. See here starch synthesis is one metabolic activity. Yes or no? Whereas the formation of a particular shape of the seed is one metabolic activity. One metabolic activity is starch synthesis. Another metabolic activity is seed shape. By one gene, both are interrelated. How? Starch is produced more means seed will get more starch, so it will get round shape. That's all. Yes or no? But starch is produced less. Production of starch is less means then it is also getting wrinkled, because starch is less means more starch is not stored inside the seed. So the seed shape is wrinkled. One character, one phenotype is metabolically interrelated to another phenotype. That is second point. You asked me to explain that second point. Who is that? Someone asked me to explain second point. Yeah, with Darun Kumar. Understand? Then, sir, why in F1 large starch grain and wrinkle character is not possible? In F1 large starch grain is not possible. In F1 what will come? Intermediate starch grain, round seed will come in F1. Intermediate starch grain and round seed, capital B, small b, heterozygous, that is possible. That is what pleiotropic interaction. Write notes for this. We have just 10 minutes. Starch synthesis in pea seeds. Starch synthesis in pea seeds is controlled by one gene which also influences which also influences shape of the seed. Shape of the seed. Okay. Next point. The gene has two alleles. The gene has two alleles, comma, capital B and small b. The gene has two alleles, capital B and small b. Starch is synthesized. Starch is synthesized effectively by capital B, capital B. Starch is synthesized effectively by capital B, capital B, and therefore large starch grains and round seeds are produced. Large starch grains and round seeds are produced. Large starch grains and round seeds are produced. Next point. Small b homozygous. Small b homozygous have lesser efficiency in starch synthesis. Have lesser efficiency in starch synthesis and produce smaller starch grains and wrinkled seeds. Smaller starch grains and wrinkled seeds. Next point. The heterozygous capital B small b. The heterozygous capital B small b produce round seeds. Round seeds being capital B the dominant allele, or it seems capital B as the dominant allele, but starch grains are of intermediate size. Intermediate size. So for the starch grain phenotype, alleles show incomplete dominance. Next point. Therefore, dominance is not an autonomous feature of a gene or gene product. Is not an autonomous feature of a gene or the gene product. Next, it depends as much on gene products and particular phenotype. And in case more than one phenotype, it is influenced by the same gene. In case more than one phenotype